Okay, those are our two rather sad-looking fig trees. I see 3. I see 4. I would bet there's 6 on there, but I see 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 for sure. Figs. My uncle had a fig tree, and my uncle had a fig tree, never gave fit. Beautiful, healthy-looking plant. Actually, a fig is a pretty plant. Prettier than the plant itself is nicer than a Rose of Sharon, whose flower is beautiful. But the fig bush, the fig tree itself is quite pretty. My uncle's fig tree never gave him fruit. I think it was the year after he died, then it gave fruit. So that's really messed up. We'll have to work on that fig tree and see if we can get it to get big and lush before I get too old to enjoy the figs off the bush there. Today is the feast of St. Albert of Sicily, born in either 1250 or 1257. Died in 1306. He was born in Trapani, Sicily. Hoorah! And that's frankly one of the reasons that this is a beautiful thing. I don't know what this is called, but it gets that is a beautiful, and these are little, they'll get bigger. And we got a whole bunch of them over there, which I passed. Anyway, this is the compost, and it looks terrible, which means I haven't been putting enough piles of, what'd you say? Enough piles of debris on there to keep the weeds down. Which means I haven't had enough piles of debris coming in. Which means not as much work. St. Albert of Sicily. His parents, he wanted a child so badly, and apparently they were unable, and they said they would dedicate their child to, oh my gosh, what is it? Our Lady of Mount Carmel, which they did. He became a Carmelite. At 18 years old, he was, I'm sorry, I forgot a lot of the details. I think he was a great preacher. He was an evangelist, particularly successful with Sicilian Jews. At one point, the city was under siege, and he said a mass, and as communion, or during the mass, or as soon as the mass was over. So the city was under siege by a Duke somebody, John or somebody of Calabria. And now look, these things are all growing over. This is a nasty plant. I think this is the one, gets little thorns. Anyway, so they were dying of starvation and disease. And at the moment that the mass was over, that he dedicated for this, 3 ships busted through the blockade and brought them food. I think in his later years, he left to go into, come here Gus, seclusion or meditate. I don't know, I'm not sure about that. So scratch that. But don't scratch that. That little froggy. Zip, zip, zip. There it is. There it is. Yep, there it is. There it is. St. Albert of Sicily. Pray for us. Stop.